today. They were saying, he said the enemy from within. Of course it's Adam Schiff. These are bad people. These are sick people and bad people.
You know, I think it's safe to say, CSO fam, that ever since November 5th, God has opened up the floodgates of heaven for all of us in America and all around the world. And by my calculations, it seems that those floodgates are still open and pouring out abundantly for us. What exactly do I mean by that, you might be asking? What I mean is that we the people cannot stop winning. We're just seeing liberals left and right lose their crap. We're seeing Donald Trump win lawsuits against lamestream media for their slanderous accusations against him. And now we are seeing people who used to think negatively about him completely change their opinion, as we've been seeing for the past months, but no matter. I'm specifically talking about a man named Tyrus, who recently did an interview with Donald Trump, an interview in which, in my humble opinion, should negate any kind of accusation of him being a reincarnate of the Mustache Man from 1930s Germany. I mean, if none of you can understand that Donald Trump is not quite as bad of a person as you think he is, I don't know how to convince you otherwise. But hopefully these 6 minutes do. Tyrus in this interview has a lot to say to Donald Trump, and of course vice versa, and it's so profound that you just can't not hear it. But no more beating around the bush, as I like to say. Let's take a look at this video, and I sincerely hope the rest of you enjoy, and maybe learn something new about Trump that you didn't know before.
I've got an issue with you, and and when you gave me this opportunity, first of all, thank you for coming on the Gutfeld show. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
It's a good show.
And I actually owe you an apology before we start. I've been very critical about you, how you fight all through the campaigns. I voted for you because I like policy. I didn't know you as a man. And I think when you don't understand what a man fights for, you can get lost, especially with all the noise we're seeing from fake news, etc. Who created these pictures from you. So Gutfeld show's over. Cameras are off. We go backstage, and I expected you to be like every politician or anybody I've ever celebrity I've bodyguarded for. And you met my family, and you talked to my daughter. Mm-hmm. My daughter is 10 years old. Her name is Georgie. You guys talked for 20 minutes. If nobody knew, you could have been her grandfather. And you were talking about her horses and her dreams. And I was sitting there and I was like, I have been so wrong about this man because I never understood why you fight the way you fight. You're a family man.
I am.
You're a father.
And your daughter's a gorgeous, really, and your wife, the whole thing. I mean, you have got some setup, I'll tell you. But your family's great, and you're great,
Extremely
and you've really
profound.
done something. And
how can you think negatively about this guy? Seriously.
A friend of mine who's very smart, he's also a very big guy. He said, because I'm big and strong, people think I'm not the smartest guy.
Oh, I know.
Okay? You are a really smart guy. And I see it, and I've watched it, and I like the show, and we have the privilege of having had the highest rating in the history of the show when I did it a couple of weeks ago. That was his
of all time.
Of all time, yeah.
We beat network television.
You beat everybody.
And they were up 35 million homes,
right. Yes.
And it was a landslide.
Yep.
Now, you're putting it on me. I'm throwing it back to you, Mr. President.
Go ahead.
Why do we not hear more about Donald Trump, the father, the grandfather? And I did a deep dive. There are some things you have done that when they say those horrible things like he's Hitler, he's a racist, did they not forget in 1991 what you did with Nelson Mandela? Did you
Now,
care to
this
share that?
part I
'Cause
definitely
would love to
did
hear
not
that.
know
never
about.
told-
This part
No,
is
you do
very,
not. And I know why, because you're a man.
also very profound.
I mean, I just have great relationships with a lot of people. As people say that, a little bit like you do. I don't think it's a narrative the press likes. And maybe it's not even a narrative that I should have. We have to protect our country, and maybe we should let the other side, I don't even call them the enemy. I think we have more of an enemy from within than we do from outside. If you have a smart president, they talk about China and Russia and everything else. If you have a smart president, they're not going to be the problem. We have a bigger problem.
Looking at
from
you,
within,
Dr.
and they hate
Fauci.
it. I noticed today they were saying, he said the enemy from within. Of course, it's Adam Schiff. These are bad people. These are sick people and bad people. And it's true. But I think it's a narrative that they don't like, frankly. I think the fake news, a term I think I came up with. I'm very proud.
Oh, you did. You coined it.
It's not
you
tough.
Probably a trademark it, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I should try.
I'm not going to give you business tips.
But it's funny because it's a great term, but it's actually not strong enough because it's beyond fake. It's really bad.
Nelson
fraudulent
Mandela, and 80
is what they
were
are.
trying to come to the United States.
Yeah.
The United States government wasn't helping him. No one was helping him. You chartered a 727 plane for their entire trip.
Yeah.
How is somebody, and that's crazy because you can talk about anything, and why is it hard for you to talk about the things you've done? It runs in your family. Your father helped build a synagogue. I mean, why do we not know those things?
It's something that I've never, I love doing it. I don't need praise for it. I don't, we all like a certain level of praise, but I've never, I just like helping people. I help a lot of people and I enjoy doing it and I never talk about it. It's nice that you bring it up. I also think it's not a narrative that the press likes talking about, for me.
Yeah,
But I think it would help a lot of the American people who have been misled, I myself included. Now listen, I'm voting for you now because of the man you are, not just because of the policies, because not every American will get the opportunity that I had to saw who you were backstage. And that's why I have this list. I mean, I have testimonials.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could meet this
Now,
man in person. I really
I had to
do.
dig deep.
I like that.
You donated $100,000 to raise dogs. You're not even a dog guy.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Well, that's Lara. So I have a wonderful,
Shout out to all the
wife
pit bull
of-
lovers
of
out
Eric.
there. Pit bulls are the
And
best dogs.
she's
Change my
a terrific
mind.
person. You know, she's actually now a very big and important person in getting elected in the Republican Party. Comes from North Carolina. She loves the dogs, and I did that in her honor, actually. And you know, if you listen to her, boy, dogs are treated very badly. They're, you know, some evil people having to do even with dogs. So I did that for my daughter-in-law. Yeah, more so than me. I don't know that much about dogs, but I want to take care of them. And I had an opportunity. You know, as president, you can do a lot of things. I did a lot. The size of the kennels, the size of the cage. You know, there's like cages that they're in. And it's terrible. It's like you have no room, no nothing. And she came in with a whole group of people. These are people that really fight hard for dogs. I mean, you have people that fight. And she's a good person, so I did it for her.
I have hundreds of employees who have said things like, you've paid medical bills, you paid mortgages, rents, you've helped get family members. There's one story in here where a brother came in with a business plan, nobody would hear him. You gave him 10 minutes, you shook his hand and you cut him a check. Yeah. Why is it so hard for you and even your team? I'm a little upset. These are things that I think the American people need to know. And I get it, you're humble because you're a father first.
Yeah.
And a grandfather. And that's something, again, one thing we need in this country is we need a father figure again. We need
dads.
Husbands and boyfriends and young men we need to see that fathers are capable of great things.
I can definitely attest to that
especially
myself.
in the last 3.5 years, a complete dismemberment of what it is to be a man. We're under attack for everything.
We are. Well, actually, manhood is under attack. I see things that are so beautiful, and the next day I see they're knocking the hell out of somebody for doing something that the day before I said, what a wonderful thing. No, we have to get back a little bit more. You know, the other thing under attack is religion. Religion was like the glue that kept this country together, and so many people are mocking it now. They mock
One
it,
nation
and it
under
just
God.
kept our country
Remember
together.
that.
But it's absolutely under attack. And under attack by this administration.
Tucker, yeah.
Joe, you're fired. Get out.
You know, at this point, I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on, unless you are pure evil or purely brainwashed. There's no excuse for why you shouldn't like this man. Like I said before, I really wish I could meet Donald Trump in real life myself. I really wish I could. But I suppose beggars can't be choosers. Now, a couple of things I did not really know about Donald Trump. I kinda knew he was a bit of a family man, but I didn't know about that thing that happened in the 1990s where he helped that guy. And I still don't know about it, like the name of the person that he helped out. That's how little I know about that. But the thing that really gets me about this interview most of all is how incredibly humble Donald Trump truly is. People see him as this pompous, arrogant a-hole, but in reality, he really is a family man who's looking out not only for his family, of course, but also for the rest of America. And he's shown this through his actions when he ran his first term between 2017 and 2021. How do people keep forgetting that he was president for 4 years and he did wonderful things for America, namely the economy and keeping the world from going into war? You know, at the very least, I am glad to see that people are finally waking up to the nonsense that lamestream media has fed them for so many years. But you know what? My thoughts on this may be different from all of yours, so please do let us know what you think in the comments down below. Do you still happen to think that Donald Trump is this horrible person that the lamestream media has portrayed him as? Or do you see the truth? Thank you once again for watching, CSO fam, and remember to keep observing from a common sense perspective.